Hello, hello. Welcome back. It has been a few weeks. I know, because we're in the middle of peak bridal season, right? I am here in the Pacific Northwest. I'm sure you are too, wherever you're sewing. Maybe you're in a stifling sewing room, just trying to get through this really toasty summer that we've all been experiencing. I can't really say that because we've only had our first heat wave just this past week. So I can't complain. I know some of you have really been troopers this past whole summer. I think of my friends in the South, and you've been dealing with a lot of heat, so excessive heat. So I'm sending you virtual hugs here as you're watching or as you're listening, and I hope you're just trucking through this season. But I know I took a little break because when I wasn't sewing, I just wanted to be sitting in the sun in the backyard. So, but I'm excited to hop back on here and to reconnect for a really good purpose to talk about our upcoming retreat. So I'm so excited. And when I say upcoming, I mean January. So that's still, a good 5 months away. But our ticket sales have been open for just over 3 months, and we're already over 50% sold out. So if you're on the fence, if you're thinking about joining the retreat, I wanted to give you all the details so you'll know what you'll have to look forward to. Maybe this will just nudge you in the right direction of just claiming your seat and snagging that ticket. But if you've already registered and you've purchased your ticket, I hope this episode just gets you more excited for what's to come. So I'm going to talk about everything from the registration process through what you'll expect leading up to the retreat, what'll happen in Austin in January, and then what you can expect to happen in your business once you leave. Okay. So first of all, registration closes on November 30th, or once we run out of tickets or run out of seats. So I feel like that may happen first, but I know that I really wanted to close the doors earlier than I did last year and I know last year it was kind of like this last minute decision that we made within the membership to host a retreat. And then it became something bigger. And so now I'm like, okay, I'm planning ahead, and I'm so excited to plan all the details. You know that I love details. So if I can close the doors for sure at the end of November, that way I can really customize our swag bags and plan things even better for the attendees and plan our trainings even better. And I'm really excited to have an exclusive group created just for the attendees. So on December 1st, we'll have a private Facebook group for the retreat attendees. This will be really beneficial if you're hoping to share Uber rides or hospitality costs with other attendees. You'll have a couple months to get to know people, so you're not meeting up with strangers. So maybe you can even share an Airbnb or figure something like that out with other attendees. I already know of several ladies that are planning on doing that. So this Facebook group, number one, will get us connected and help with any accommodations or accommodation plans. And then it's also going to help you prepare for the retreat. So I'm definitely going to be sending you some homework. As you know, I love me some homework. You can take the girl out of the classroom, but you can't take the classroom out of the girl. So I love homework, and I want to just prepare you the best I can for this retreat so you can get the most out of the experience and you can get the best bang for your buck, right? You'll have homework to prepare physically, you'll want to know what to pack and what to expect and all those things in the trainings. And then also you'll have homework to work on within your business. We're going to have some little challenges to be completed within those 60 days before you lead up to the retreat. And then also I'm going to give you some things to think about and consider so that once you arrive in Texas, the juices are already flowing. You already are in that mindset to enhance your business or to think outside the box. So I'm going to give you some homework that will help with that process, right? Because sometimes, I don't know if you've ever been to an event and you're so excited and it's where do I want to start? I don't know. I could apply this to everything. So my goal with having that longer gap between registration closing and then the actual retreat itself is to allow me to serve you better in the process and help you prepare even more before you get there. Okay. So that's what you can expect for the month of December. And then half of January is getting to know each other and really preparing yourself emotionally and preparing your business for what's to come at the retreat. So the theme for the retreat this year is it starts with a dream. Doesn't that sound so nice? So we're going to focus on the dreams of our clients and then also your dream as a business owner. So day one officially starts on Wednesday, although we don't have a training set for Wednesday because, I didn't want to have anything set in stone Wednesday night because if you're flying in especially in January. I don't know. We wanted to leave room for flight delays and all that stuff. So he'll fly into Texas or Austin on Wednesday. And Wednesday night, we'll have a no-host dinner at a local restaurant. Of course, all these little details, I want to make this as Texas as possible for you. So I want you to have the full Austin experience. So I'm already working with local caterers, and I have some other surprises up my sleeve that I'm going to save for later for the attendees that you'll see on the itinerary when you show up. But anyways, all I have to say is it's going to be fun and very Austin-esque. So Wednesday night, we'll have that no-host dinner. So you'll have a chance to settle into your hotel or your Airbnb, wherever you're staying, and then meet the other attendees in person and give all the hugs and all those things. Because at that point, we'll be in this little exclusive Facebook group or online community for a couple months. And we'll just be so excited to meet the people and give the hugs and all that stuff. So that will happen on Wednesday. We'll break the ice, get comfortable with one another. Thursday morning, whoosh, the whip comes out. No, I'm kidding. It won't be that bad. But we have a lot to get done in just 2 days. So it will be pretty jam-packed. Thursday morning, or the whole day of Thursday, we're going to be focusing on the dream of our potential clients. So the Do You Speak Bride team, Wendy Rivera and her team, are going to be with us on Thursday morning to talk about communication with our clients, because that is actually what starts first, right? The communication that starts even before they inquire with our website or before they start following us on Instagram or whatever. The communication starts even before that. And I'm going to have Wendy here on the episode to chat even further about what that means, so you can kind of prepare or kind of follow along with that. But her team is so great at not only elevating the experience of brides as they're working with their bridal stylists or their team, but also having almost like preemptive strikes, like being able to predict conversation flow, predict what issues may arise in a way to just elevate the entire experience for the bride. You're thinking of like the dream of your bride or your bride's like wedding dreams. Okay. Don't start once they get a ring on their finger or once the date is set, but when do the dreams actually start? I don't know. I would say like age 10. Okay. Or you think of when you first start thinking about your wedding, maybe before you make the binder. I guess I'm dating myself because I didn't have Pinterest when I planned my wedding. I had a binder. Okay. Like a physical one, like I whipped out once I got like the day after I got engaged. I sat Duran down and I'm like, okay, here are my plans. So these brides, those dreams start well before the ring gets on their finger, right? So we're going to learn how to tap into their dreams to just elevate the experience for the client. So all Thursday is about elevating our physical space, our fittings, our communication, the way we talk with clients, the way we give them information before they start working with us, how to anticipate maybe some stress in the fittings, and then how to diffuse that stress. And if you follow Do You Speak Bride, you know that they are just pros at this topic of just kind of calming the storm that may come with, whatever stress the bride walks in with, right? So I'm really excited for that, because learning those skills and being able to seamlessly implement them in our experiences with our clients, I think is truly what elevates the experience. It's how we connect with the clients. It's more than just the sewing, right? It always goes more than just the sewing. We tapped into that a little bit at our last retreat. And so I'm really excited to develop that idea on Thursday. So that will be Thursday morning. We'll have a catered lunch. And then I have a little itinerary for us to go hit the town and explore some of Austin. So I'll have a flexible itinerary, but we like to call them field trips, because I guess what we did in Palm Springs, we were pretty flexible and we had a couple really fun field trips that for some of us, that was like the best part of the trip, honestly. So that's what we'll be doing on for a couple hours Thursday afternoon. And then we will come back to the retreat location to meet with Jessica Kuzakowski. And she is a business strategist. She's actually been on the podcast before. And she is going to be speaking to us about social media marketing and how to be creative with the ever-changing trends of social media. I know for a lot of us, that can feel super overwhelming. And it's like, okay, I just mastered how to make a carousel, and now I need to master the reel or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Or like, do I use TikTok or Instagram? And we had such great information given to us at our last retreat I want to make sure that we have time to actually implement all of those things. So Jessica is going to give us kind of the hands-on training. So we'll have a chance to learn from her about like the data, how to, and then we'll have time to actually like play around on our phones or on our laptops and work out those kinks so that we can leave feeling confident. I'm going to come back to this in a minute. Then Thursday night, we have a dinner out in Austin planned, and we'll see how tired we are because we may have a roundtable or we may just kind of call it a night. So that'll be a little flexible. And then Friday's itinerary is focused on, it starts with the dream as a business owner or as the seamstress. Stephanie Booth was with us for last year's retreat, and we learned so much from her about how to think ahead when we're making our plans for business plans or financial goals or our schedules so that we aren't feeling overwhelmed, that we can continually just set attainable goals and keep that balance. So on Thursday, she's going to be talking about what it is to dream as the business owner or dream as the seamstress. And some of you may think, okay, I dream to make money. I want to have a 6-figure business and not be stressed. Okay. So let's break that down. Like, how does that actually work? What skills, what techniques do you need to have to plan not to be stressed? Because that's kind of a vague thing to want, right? Okay, I don't want stress. Okay, so we're going to learn how to plan for the maybe the higher strung clients or how to attract the clients that wouldn't bring in the stress. Stephanie's also an expert at helping us recognize when we're entering into stress or overwhelm, because sometimes some of us are really good at not noticing that until it's too late. And so you know who you are. And if you're like nodding, like, oh yeah, that's totally me. Maybe you realize like you weren't really in overwhelm until August hit. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, I'm here. How did I get here? How am I going to get to October? Because that feels so far away. If you're feeling that way, first of all, it's normal and you're not alone. But second of all, it doesn't have to be that way, but it does require planning so you don't end up in that situation. And Stephanie also shares tools of what to do if you find yourself like just that stress is getting higher and higher, and so you can recognize kind of like what the physical symptoms are and then learn how to avoid that. So I think all the attendees last year will tell you that we were just all blown away by the things that Stephanie shared with us. And it was so helpful. I know it was so helpful for my season this year. And I was just telling a friend that like this year has been the most like enjoyable season I've had, because it's not that I have fewer clients, but I'm just a little bit more tuned in. I know I'm a lot more tuned in with like, okay, I need to make some changes in advance so I'm not like stuck in this high emotion place that I feel like I've been in. I don't know how many summers, right? Like the end of every summer usually feels like, ugh. And so I'm really grateful to hopefully have that be a thing of the past. So that will be the first half of Friday with Stephanie, is talking about when we think about our dream business, not only what goals we want to accomplish, but what does that feel like, right? So I hope when I say, what does that feel like, you have these other ideas coming to mind beyond just what you see on paper. Like, oh, I want this many brides a month. I want this much money a month. I want to buy this, whatever. Like, and each of us are going to have different like tangible goals that we can set for each other, or for ourselves, I should say. But how does it feel once we're there? So that will be the beginning of Friday. Then we have another little outing planned in Austin and a lunch break. We'll reconvene, and I'm really excited for Friday afternoon because we're going to have breakout sessions. So you will be broken up into groups based on what your business looks like. So if you are working with a team, if you have a team under you, you're going to be connected with other women who also have teams under them. If you are working from home and you're trying to refine your home studio, you're going to be with other seamstresses in the same situation. If you've just recently moved into like a storefront and you're trying to work out the kinks there. So we're going to learn about where everybody is within their business and set you up so you can have some really good conversations with people in the same boat, and just kind of like bounce things off each other. But the most important part of this breakout session is we're going to be applying everything that we've learned Thursday and Friday. so that you have something tangible that you have completed for your business before you leave the retreat. And I think this is so important because oftentimes we can go to an event or we can, take like a masterclass online or purchase a course online. We get so excited. And then when it's over, we get this overwhelming feeling of like, oh my gosh, I don't know what I was thinking. I can't do this. Like, I can't finish anything. Like, where do I even get started? I have all this information, but like, how do I start to actually do the thing? So on Friday afternoon, we're going to have time to do the thing. You'll be able to choose. Is it, each of us are going to be inspired to do something different for our business, whether it's like create a new an email schedule, like the way that we communicate with our clients, or you're going to be inspired to create some new social media posts, or you want to create an investment guide, or you want to refine a page of your website. So we're going to break it down to a simple task that you can start and you can complete by Friday afternoon with the help of other attendees and me, and I'll be around. So when you're leaving the retreat, you're going to feel like, okay, I did that thing and I completed it. And now I know how to start on the next thing because I know I can do it and I can complete it. And I was able to pull from everything that I learned from Wendy Rivera and Jessica Guzikowski and Stephanie Booth. And I could put all those things together and create a thing that I can take home with me instead of, okay, I have these workbooks that I've taken home. I have, all this information in my brain, but I don't know what to do with it. And I think that confidence of knowing you completed something already is huge. And I really want to make space for you to actually do the thing. So that is happening Friday afternoon. Friday evening, we have an awards and recognition ceremony planned, which I'm really excited about. I think that will be really, really special. And that'll be happening with our dinner. And then I have something a little exciting and secretive planned for Friday night to wrap things up. And most of you will be flying out on Saturday morning. So in the midst of all these fun things, like official trainings planned, we also have complimentary headshots that will be taken of our attendees. So you'll have ways to kind of like spruce up your website. And I'm really excited about the actual retreat location itself. So we will be at this beautiful retreat center in Austin, Texas, that has like the rooms are beautiful. The outside space is beautiful. The rooms have different themes. So you'll have an opportunity to maybe batch some content if you want. We'll have time to have little breakout time so you can like have friends record you making reels or taking pictures so that you'll have some beautiful images to take with you, maybe to implement in your website or on Instagram. And I think that's going to be like a huge blessing for attendees because I don't know how many of you are like, I want to post a picture of myself, but I have nothing. Or, I want, some cute pictures of me, like taking notes or working at my laptop, but my living room is messy or whatever. So you're going to have like beautiful spaces to batch some content. We're going to take full advantage of our retreat location for the attendees. So overall, my goal is to inspire you, first of all, to remember, why did you come into this industry to begin with? Like you could sew anything, or you could, do general alterations, or you could, I don't know, like there's so many other things that you could do, but there's a reason why you chose to be a bridal seamstress. So I want you to kind of lean back into that and figure out like, what is the dream of your clients that you can lean into and you can develop and you can enhance for them. And you can also work on yourself. So when they come into your space, like your physical space and also like your business space, right? Online, what are they experiencing? How can we compassionately bring that dream to life? You know what I mean? Sometimes there's this vibe among really any wedding professional that says like, oh my goodness, brides are so demanding, or they're tough to work with. And that can be true. But if we also shift our mindset to recognize like it's a big deal, they're stressed and they have these high expectations because they've been thinking about this thing for so long and now it's finally here. So if we can change our mindset to think compassionately, like, wow, this is something they've been like so excited about for so long, I can help them with that dream to help them meet like realistic expectations with their dream in a loving way, instead of like, oh, you think we can with that budget, with this time frame? It's like, I see some of the things that some people say, and it's like, It's just they don't know, right? So that'll come through education, through our loving communication, just shifting the way that we even see our clients. And in turn, that's going to help us too, right? That's going to help our own sanity. And then also using the skills that Jessica Guzikowski shares with us, we're going to learn to actually like reach those young brides that just keep getting younger and younger every year. So it's like, how do we reach them without like losing ourselves or feeling like, we're putting so much time into like social media that we don't really have all this time for. So we're going to use the best use of our time to create marketing that works. And then day 2, leaning into our own dream. And we know we got into this business, not just because of the money, but sometimes it's like, wow, we get so caught up in like, I want to make this much, or I want to do this, I want to do this, that we lose sight of why we actually came into this industry to begin with. Why did we start our business? Who did we start it for? A lot of us, you've started your business because you want to pay for, hockey practice or like the gymnastics uniforms or whatever. Like it kind of starts off as this side hustle or a way to like serve your family. And then it's become something that you didn't want it to become. You know what I mean? Or you've become somebody that is like, wait, I don't even recognize myself. I just feel stressed and I'm just always thinking about the money or whatever your reasoning is. I want you to return back to what is it that led you into this industry and truly what is a dream business? Because we know it's more than making X amount of money or having these credentials. It's so much more about how we feel when we come home at the end of the day, or how we feel when we show up to work, how we feel when we think about sewing. Does your blood pressure rise? We got to maybe adjust that. So I'm just really excited for January. Like I can't wait. And I think it's going to be a game changer for our attendees. I think it's going to be a game changer for me. I can't wait to learn more. And, as we can't help it. The wedding industry is changing. Expectations are changing. And so we need to be flexible to change. Ugh, I know. I'll say that again, but I hope I don't hurt your feelings. Well, we need to be flexible to change. And there's a way to do that in a healthy way. With our own boundaries that we set like for ourselves. And when I say that, I mean like things that we allow ourselves to do, and we have to give ourselves like, our own boundaries that you know what I'm saying? Respect your own boundaries. So you're not like overbooking or overcommitting or setting these goals that are really hard to reach. So you're just kind of like setting yourself up for frustration or failure. I feel like I'm rambling at this point, so I guess I'll wrap it up, but yeah, I cannot wait. So that was the gist of that. That run-on sentence. Ooh. Yeah, I'm excited to hear too how this will affect your business in 2024. And I've had a couple inquiries about attendees who are thinking of coming, and they're not necessarily business owners. They work as a seamstress with other seamstresses, or they are an in-house seamstress for bridal shops. And they're like, could this still apply to me? And I want to say yes, because the trainings can absolutely be applied to you, whether or not you're specifically a business owner. Thursday, 100% that's going to apply to seamstresses who work with brides across the line, right? Jessica Guzikowski's training, you can take that back to the shop that you work with. You can share that information. I'm sure that whoever you work for, they have a social media platform, and you're going to learn how to educate brides about the alterations process, and you'll be able to implement that into the business that you work for, the bridal shop that you work for. And then day 2, if you're a seamstress and you're working with brides and you're sitting in fittings, like kind of absorbing that stress, and you have the stress of working on formal gowns, and you need to learn how to deal with that, right? You know what I'm saying? So these trainings will 100% apply to you if you are not exactly a business owner, but you're working as a seamstress, either partnering with a bridal shop or you're on a team. So I hope this answered some questions, because tickets are running out. No, I don't want to say that, but I want you to have a well-informed decision. I know it's a big investment of your time and your money and your planning. And so I just wanted to share all the details that I could, so you can And I mean, there's room for, there's some room to change some things up, but probably not the things that I've shared with you today. So I'm just talking about like our little like field trips and dinners and things like that. I'm going to fine tune those plans, but as far as the trainings go, that is what you can expect. So I hope that answers any questions. If you have more questions, you are free to either DM me on Instagram, Secrets of a Bridal Seamstress. That is our new handle that was switched just so I could serve our community a little better. And then you can also head to secretsofbridalseamstresspodcast.com/retreat to register. If you're like, yeah, this is it. Let's do it. I can't think of that phrase. Do the thing. That wasn't the phrase. Anyway, take the plunge. I don't know. Okay. Let me know if you have any questions about the upcoming retreat, and I hope to see you there. More podcasts coming back in the month of September. So thanks for bearing with me during this break. All right. I'll see you guys later. Thank you for tuning in.